Hope you're doing well and staying safe during these times of uncertainty. It goes without saying we are all going to go mad eventually. However, that can be prevented, and which is exactly why I'm here today to speak to you about that. Address your emotions. Let your feelings shine through. Speak as you feel, not as someone wants to hear, but as you want to say. Let the words in your heart be spoken to your tongue. As until you don't learn to do that, this social distancing can go extremely wrong. It can either strengthen relationships or destroy millions of them. There are going to be times during this upcoming period where you end up believing the most bizarre things about. You're going to end up believing people don't care for you, you're in this alone, no one's there for you. All advice is going to sound so rubbish, and you're going to end up believing that, you know what? Everyone's out here acting like a professional, telling me what to do, telling me to stay positive and productive. But, however, how good are they at it themselves? You claim to be in the same boat as me, but you don't understand what I'm going through. No one does. Which is fair enough. No one will. Because all of our minds work in a slightly different manner. But if there's one thing in common, that is the unconscious voice, the inner voice that we often tend to ignore. The voice that's so silent, but yet so powerful when we aren't productive as such. Now, no matter how much we try, we know for a fact our productivity levels, our daily routine will not remain to be the same when we are not going outside. Hence why we need to acknowledge our mental health, we need to understand the voice, and we need to figure out how our minds work. Our minds have two main concepts. You have your radical mind and your anxious mind. When your radical mind isn't working as such, when you don't have distractions going on in your life, when you are not following your day-to-day routine, when you're doing something out of the ordinary for yourself, that anxious mind automatically becomes more powerful, which is why when you do something that's life-changing, you're going to feel more anxious, which is why when you get married, when you're giving birth, when you're changing schools, when you're leaving schools, when you're going to a job interview, it isn't normal, it isn't in your day-to-day routine, which is why you get more anxious about it. And this is going to be a very similar concept to a job interview, to getting married, to changing schools, to moving on to a new chapter, as this is a new chapter for everyone out there. And where we are in this together, we aren't exactly together, which is when words come into play. Our conversations are going to be the most powerful and oh God, I can't speak sometimes, impactful thing in our life. The more powerful, the more understanding your communications are going to be with your friends and your family, the happier you're going to feel. So choose your friends, don't understand wisely. Do not feel a burden or responsibility to be there for other people, but be there for those who you truly love and you care for. As when you're there for those who you love and you care for, those people are automatically there for you. And having that good, secure line of communication means you find a sense of being. You find someone who has an impact on your life and vice versa. Therefore, that anxious mind has one less thing to focus on. Secondly, moving on, we have key workers who are still working, whilst the rest of us are in lockdown. We have been told to do our part by staying at home. However, soon we're going to reach a point where this entire coronavirus epidemic is going to peak. And when that peaks, 90% of people are going to turn around and think to themselves, what can I do to help? I want to do more. This just isn't enough. They need more people. I want to be out there. I want to be on the front lines. I want to be doing this. I want to be doing that. I want to save my loved ones. I want to save those that I know. I want to save these people who are coming up in the news. They're more than a statistic. These are thoughts we are all going to have to face eventually. But when we do face these thoughts, we need to remember that we are a key worker. We all are key workers in our own fields. Sometimes the best thing you can do is do nothing. But when you are doing nothing, there is something that you can do, which is spreading a message of reassurance, a message of being, a message that symbolises, hey, listen, I'm here for you. If you need anything, just let me know. I can help you. Or it may just be picking up the phone and speaking to a relative who you know is alone, knocking on the door and finding out if your neighbor is okay. These things are going to count, and we need to remember that. No matter who you are, no matter what you're doing, maybe sleeping in bed all day, watching Netflix, or doing something more proactive, you are valuable, and society needs you to do your part. Lastly, I cannot believe I'm saying this, but sometimes, especially during these upcoming months, it is going to be important to just let it all go. Let it all out. Express your emotions, maybe it be through dance, music, watching movies, screaming your head off, or just having a rant. You will need to do it at one point or another. You need to do it for yourself, and you need to be able to support yourself during this entire process. As until the day you cannot support yourself, how are you going to support anybody else? This entire thing can have such a bad effect on our mental health, which is why experts are predicting a higher rate of suicide, an increased level of general depression and anxiety when we fail to address our emotions as required. So please, if you're feeling upset, allow yourself to be upset, allow yourself to be angry, allow yourself to cry and let it all out as you require, as you need to do this for yourself. You cannot be positive without addressing your emotions. Many people have them mixed up, but let me clarify this for you. I am someone who has been there, I've done it, I know what I'm talking about, so just keep that in mind. Your emotions are real and they need to be addressed, as if you leave the tap running for too long and start to ignore it, it will overflow, and when it overflows, the outcomes are never good. It's going to be an ugly scene that you do not want to face. So do it for yourself. Stay safe, stay home, do what you need to do, but take care of yourself before you take care of anybody else. We are in this together, we are in the same boat. However, it is perfectly okay to feel like it sucks. But one day, this will come to an end and we will get out of this through the other end. Sooner rather than later, if we all do our part. Stay safe, stay home, and see you next time on Talks with Vaania. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.